दिक्षुरणिर्दिक्पति कमनीयं दशमुखमौळि बलिरमणीय हे सर्वभूत राम शरीर हे जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे दया करो मोरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो तुम्हां बिना के दयालु जगत संसारी तुम्हां बिना के दयालु पतित पावन हेतु तव तारो पतित पावन हेतु इत प्रभु ना पाइबे प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपावलु कनकरो आमी बड़ दुखी कृपावलु कनकरो दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तव कृपा बले पाई चैतन्य निताई तव कृपा बले पाई चैतन्य निताई आसुरनाथ रूप रघुनाथ सनातन रूप रघुनाथ श्रीजीव भट्ट जुग श्रीजीव प्रभु लोकनाथ दया करो सियादर्यो प्रभु श्रीनिवासो दया करो सियादर्यो प्रभु श्रीनिवासो रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दासो रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे तुम्हां बिना के दयालु जगत संसारी तुम्हां बिना के दयालु না পাইবে আর হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে রাম রাম হরে হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে परिव्राजक जय। भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक जय। भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तबिंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुनाई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती नारायणी की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। समवेत भक्तबिंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glory to assembled devotees. All glory to assembled devotees. All glory to assembled devotees. मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री रामचंद्र महाप्रभु की शुभाविर्भाव तिथि की जय। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम रामचंद्र महाप्रभु की शुभाविर्भाव तिथि की जय। राम भक्तगण की जय। गौर भक्तगण की जय। कृष्ण भक्तगण की जय। समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि बोल। All glory to assembled. All glory to assembled. All glory to assembled. All glory Sri Guru Sri Gauranga Prabhupada. अंगज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदामयं ददाति सोपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथनीतं तं सहजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादं सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुवे कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान् कृष्ण प्रेम पदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य गौरतुसे नमः। यद्वैतं ब्रह्मोपनिषदि तदप्यसतनुभा जात्मन्तर्यामि पुरुष अस्यांशो विभव षडैश्वर्यपूर्णजय भगवान् स्वयमयं न चैतन्यात् कृष्ण परतत्त्वं परमिह। राधा कृष्ण प्रणय विकृति लादिनी शक्तिरस्मा देकात्मनावपि भुवि देहभेदं गतौ तौ चैतनाख्यं प्रकटमधुना तद्वयं चैक्यमाप्तं राधा भावतीति नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपं चिराददतं निजगुप्तवीतं सप्रेमनामामृतमद्युत आपामरं जो विततार गौरकृष्ण स्तमं प्रपद्ये गौरो सच्चरितामृतामृतनिधि गौरं सदैव स्तुवे गौरेण पतितं रहस्यवत् गौराय सर्वं ददे आजानुलम्बितौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकविद कमलायताख्यौ विश्वम्भरौ जुगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रिय करुणावतारौ अनापीतचरिञ्चिरं करुणयावतीर्णकलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नत स्वभक्ति श्रियं परिपुरट सुंदर रुचि कदम्ब सन्दीपित सदा हृदय कंदरेश्वर शशिनंदन श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्त वृंद विग्रहाय हेमावदिव्य छवि सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रसप्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमः राम शरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वितर सिद्धि क्षुरणे प्रतिगमनीयं दशमुख मौली बड़ी रमणीयं केशवधृत राम शरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृत राम शरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश जय जगदीश Korea and English. So I request one and all to have patience and patiently they should sit down and hear. I will speak something in Oriya, then English, then Oriya, then English. This way I will go on. Not attest race Oriya, not attest race English. Therefore, those who are interested to hear in English, they should come forward and speak and see them. Otherwise, I cannot get inspiration to speak. So, for my inspiration, if you are interested to hear, so you may come forward to my eyes, then I can see how you are interested. So I will speak, otherwise I will speak. And I request all of you to have patience. You must patiently sit, nobody should get up when there is some other language spoken. So the patiently speak. Krishna's katha, Lord Hari's katha is not different from Lord Hari, all transcendental. Somebody will get up, then that will be disrespectful to Lord Hari and he will be offended. So I request you one and all, don't be offended. Don't pay disrespect to Lord Hari and his katha. A patient sit down here and release it, the mellow. So today is the appearance day of Lord Ram, who is known as Marjada Purushottama, who strictly follows Vedic etiquette, Vedic regulations, never transgresses Vedic regulations. So known as Marjada Purushottama. Lord Hari has innumerable incarnations Srimad Bhagavatam first canto says that thing. Avataraya sankhya hare sattva nidhi dvija jatha vidasin kulya sasrasa. Lord Hari has innumerable incarnations as innumerable outlets come out from a big water reservoir or lake. Similarly, innumerable incarnations come out from Lord Hari. So Lord Ram is one of such incarnations. So today is Holy Appearance Day. So throughout the world, throughout India, this day is observed. Jayadeva Goswami were singing from Jayadeva Goswami Dasavatar Stotra. You all know it, I don't want to say in English. And Lord Ram came to establish all idealism in human society and how to follow Vedic regulations, Vedic etiquette, marjada strictly, don't transgress. That is needed for all human society. What every human being should observe and act, he acted and he demonstrated personally. One should understand. This is transcendental Leela, this is nothing material, and it is not easy thing to understand. It is not easy thing to understand the transcendental Leelas of Supreme Personality of Godhead Lord Hari. If someone is a devotee, dear devotee of Lord Hari, gets the mercy of Lord Hari, only he will be able to understand the mysterious Leela Tattva Lord Hari, otherwise not easy thing to understand. So there is many people develop many misunderstandings about Lord Ram's pastimes. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, avajananti mangudha manusim tanuasitam param bhavajanantam amabhuta maheswaram. When Krishna comes in his own swarup, his human form, Lord Ram is also human form, 200 form. They manifest their Leela, display their Leela. Those are Mudas, rascals, they cannot understand it. They deride ordinary human being. Some also think like that. Lord Ram came, who accepted one wife because this Marjada Purushottama, he didn't accept many wives. It's very strict. Because he was teaching practically. Every human being should follow it. This is idealism. Lord Ram is ideal in all respects. Ideal son, ideal king, ideal friend, ideal father, ideal brother, ideal husband. Every respect ideal. He is ideal. And he had come to establish the idealism. Vedic method. Ram came to establish idealism in all spheres of life. So one story is there. When there was fighting between Ram and Ravan in Lanka, the fighting began. At that time, Ravana's youngest brother, Vibhishana, came to Lord Ram to take shelter. At lotus feet of Lord Ram. And came and prayed for shelter. Lord Ram is ideal friend. And also he gives shelter. Who prayed for this shelter, Lord Ram gladly gives shelter. Sonagata Rakshaka. So without hesitation, he wanted to give him shelter. But at that time, his ministers, they didn't allow it. They said, no, he has come from enemy's camp and he has come as a spy. As a spy, don't believe him. Don't put reliance on him. Don't put faith on him. And don't give him shelter. His ministers said like that. But Lord Ram said, no, I must give him shelter. So at that time he told a story. But the story is that once in a jungle, a very fierce this tiger was there. So one man was passing through that jungle. The tiger wanted to devour him, to catch him and devour him. So somehow, fortunately, the man climbed up to a tree. But the tiger didn't want to spare him. He sat down underneath the tree, and the tiger saw that there was a monkey in that tree. So the tiger wanted to establish some friendship with the monkey. And he told monkey, "Oh, my brother monkey, this human being is your enemy. Don't believe him. And don't give him shelter in that tree. You see, the man cuts off the tree. When you eat the fruit of the tree, the man beats you. Man drives you away. Man sets the dog behind you. He does something. So he is your enemy. So don't allow him to stay with you in this tree. And you are intelligent. You think it up very deeply. I tell you, your future is very dangerous. Future. You push him down, push that man down. So I am hungry, I'll eat him. Then you will be free from the danger. Then the monkey said, "Oh, brother tiger, what you said, that's true, correct. But Bhubaneswar, the man has dharma. Yes, dharma. He follows some religious principle. But we are animals. We have no dharma. We don't follow any religious principles. But though we are animal, though we don't follow the principles of dharma, still one who is in danger and has taken shelter to free himself from the danger, in my consideration, it is not good that to push him down again into the danger, though I am an animal, though I have no dharma." Then monkey said like that. Then tiger thought of some other plan. He thought of other plan. Then tiger told the man, human being, "Oh, brother human being, I am very hungry now. I want food. I spare you. You are human being and you have dharma. You follow religious principle. And it is your dharma to give food to a hungry animal or hungry living entity. So, is it not your dharma to give food to the hungry living entity? I am hungry. So, you push down that monkey below. So, I'll eat it and satisfy my hunger. And you will also be free from the danger." Then the human being thought of, yes, it's very good. So he pushed down the monkey below, and the monkey fell down just in front of the mouth of the tiger. The tiger has developed greed for the human blood. So he didn't kill the monkey or didn't devour him. He spared him. Then monkey again jumped up the tree and again went up to the tree and sat down in a tall branch. Then again the tiger told the monkey, "Oh, my brother monkey, you see, I like you very much. You are not my enemy. This human being is my enemy, the human being is also your enemy. You see how he pushed you down? Just you fell down at my mouth. But I spared you because you're my friend. I didn't harm you. So, you're this human being, you're eternal enemy. So now you push him down. Push him down. So I'll devour him, eat him, and satisfy my hunger. So when this, and also the human being will be taught a very good lesson. And your friendship, our friendship will continue forever. Then the monkey said, yes, the human being may be ungrateful, but though I am an animal, I am not so ungrateful, and I cannot be so ungrateful. Then you see, such human being, though human birth is really achieved birth, and the best of all species, out of 84 lakhs of species, but what is his dealings, how ungrateful he is, and how he has kept this history of ungratefulness. But such ungratefulness is not in the society of animals. So Lord Ram told this story. Then he said, I have come here to establish all idealism in all spheres of life. So that is my brother, I have taken up that vow to establish the idealism in the human society. So this is my principle. If someone comes to me and prays for the shelter, I, without hesitation, give him shelter. I forget all his past history. I don't consider his past history. I give him shelter. And this Vibhishana is our friend. From this day, he is the commander-in-chief of our soldiers. He will act in that way. And he is our friend, follower. He will act in that way. So I tell you, nobody should put anything, any doubt on him. All should put faith in him. One all should pay attention to it. This is the story. So this is Marjada Purushottama. That means Lord Ram, he came to establish idealism. And his ideal friend, ideal father, ideal son, ideal brother, ideal husband, in all sphere ideal. And in Ramayana you will see this thing. Many places it has been taught. Lord Ram and Lakshmana were going to Mithila, the kingdom of Raja Janak. There was a marriage ceremony of Janaka's daughter Sita Devi. Both of them were going with Vishwamitra Muni. So on the way, they had to cross the river Ganges. The Lord Ram asked for the boatman to bring the boat. The boatman was a devotee. Only a devotee knows the Lord. He has a vision. Premanjana Srita Bhakti Vilochana. He has developed love for the Godhead. He has smeared the ointment of love of Godhead on his eyes. He has the devotional eye. Only he can see. If a person is not a devotee, he cannot see the Lord. He cannot understand him also. So that boatman was a dear devotee of the Lord. He knows that he is not ordinary human being, he is Supreme Lord. So what is the need of a boat on the part of Supreme Lord? When he came in Vaman avatar, dwarf incarnation, small stature, tiny feet. He showed tiny feet to Kali Maharaj and begged for 3 pieces of land, tiny feet. But he became so great. With 2 feet he occupied all the land, everything. what are the positions of Maharaj in 3 planetary systems. Such tiny feet became so great. So he is not ordinary human being, but the need of boat, and for him, he can stretch out his feet and come to the other side of the river, no need. So he paid a deaf ear to it. Though Lord Ram asked him repeatedly, don't you hear, don't you hear? I am telling you to bring boat. Why are you paying deaf ear? Are you deaf? Then he said, no, I am not deaf. I could hear everything what you say. But then he said another thing. I heard, while you were coming on the way, you tossed a block of stone. Some dust fell on that block of stone. That block of stone assumed a form of a beautiful woman. I heard this thing. So, this is the such glory and such wonderful potency is there in dust of your lotus feet. So, I have this apprehension. If that dust will fall on my boat, the boat will assume a form of woman. Finish. How can I maintain my livelihood? I have one woman, very difficult on me to maintain her, and another woman. Oh, my life will be finished. So I am in apprehension. I won't allow you to step into my boat. These are his thoughts. Because he's dear devotee, he knows this thing. And he has that intention. Now this opportunity has been available to me. I'll wash the lotus feet of the Lord very nicely and take some dust from his lotus feet. Then my life will be successful. That opportunity I won't miss. So Lord Ram said, all right, all right, all right. The Lord Ram didn't act such wonderfully. He didn't stretch his leg. He said, no, to cross over this river means one should need a boat, help of a boat. If I do like that, stretch my head, like that Lord can do. So then people, what will people do? They will imitate me. Mama vartmanu vartante manusya partha sarvasa. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, what I do, the people will follow, imitate. Then, if an ordinary person will come and say, oh yes, I saw that one person came and he just stretched his feet and went to the other side of the Ganges. So let me do like that. What will happen to him? He will be drowned in the mid-river. So I will be responsible for his death. I cannot do so. What people will do, I have to do it. This is Madhyada. It didn't transgress it. So many examples are there. Another example, people cannot understand. So much misunderstanding is there. Because it's transcendental Leela of the Lord. It's nothing material. It's transcendental Leela, deeper Leela. How can you understand with your material thought, material consideration, material intelligence, or material knowledge? Impossible. It cannot. One is devotee, constantly attached to the lotus feet of the Lord and all, engaged in bhajan. Krishna, the Supreme Lord, gives him pure intelligence. He understands things. And Supreme Lord reveals himself before such a devotee. Otherwise, nahum prakasa sarvasya yogamaya samabhuta modayo navijanati. He has said that thing in Bhagavad Gita. I never manifest myself before everybody and everywhere. I am covered up with my yogamaya potency. In other words, the Supreme Lord always tries himself to hide himself. But a devotee sees him. The devotee is endowed with such vision. He cannot hide himself before the vision of a devotee. As for example, Prahlad Maharaj, the dear devotee of the Lord, who could see the Lord in a stone pillar, whereas his demoniac father, very powerful, conqueror of 3 worlds, Hiranyakasipu couldn't see. There's a difference. You understand? So, many people, though they read Ramayana, hear Ram Katha, still they cannot understand. They say, Lord Ram came, who is Bhagavan. He cried for his wife Sita Devi. He cried. Yes. They say, he became, captured by Maya. Yes, became captured by Maya. He was so addicted, so attached to his wife, he cried. A deer came, a golden deer, and Sita Devi said, ideal husband should fulfill the demands of his wife. Sita Devi said, please catch me, give me this golden deer. What will you do with it? Oh, I will keep it, take care of it, and I will take to Ajodhya and give it a presentation to Bharat, and Bharat will be very happy. So then ideal husband, Lord Ram ran behind that. Didn't Lord Ram know that is that illusory deer? Is a demon? Didn't he know it? Lord knows. But why didn't he do so? He might have said, he should have said at that time, no, Sita, it's not real deer, it's an illusory deer. It's an illusory deer. At that spot, he would have killed it. He would have killed that deer in that spot. Why didn't do it? Because he taught you. If you accept a wife, to become an ideal husband, then you have to fulfill the demands of your wife. The wife has many demands. Give me this sari, this ornament, golden ornament. Give me a case of gold. Let me stay in a case of the golden case. Golden case, yeah. And it's very difficult to satisfy a woman. Still not satisfied. Give me this, give me this, give me this. So many demands, so many demands. Then husband says, Allah, what's all I do? Your life will be such miserable life. Yeah, that's a fact. And you have to cry. You have to dash your head and cry. That is what he taught you. It's not a fact. He became captured by Maya. And he cried. Why he cried? Then he ran behind golden deer. Then golden deer said, Trai Lakshmana. Oh, Lakshmana, please come, protect me. Is there any danger? For the Supreme Lord, you put him in danger and call for Lakshmana. Lakshmana is there. He said, Lakshmana, you stay here. Take care of Sita Devi. Don't leave this place. But that deer shouted in the voice of Ram. Then Sita Devi, oh, don't you go, don't you hear? My husband is in danger, you are not going. Are Baba, I know Lord Ram will never be put into danger. Don't. But Sita Devi, so you want to enjoy me? My husband will do such things. Then Lakshmana left. Then Ravan came, a hypocrite, assuming the form of a sannyasi, but such a demon. Then Sita was kidnapped. Then the Lord came back, no Sita. Then he cried, Sita, 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 Sita. The people cannot understand what is this. Yes, Lord Ram cried. Lord Ram was captured by Maya. What to speak of us? We are tiny jivan. Are Baba. Why Lord Ram? Why Lord and Christ? He was teaching you. If you accept a wife, you will be put into such situation. You have to cry. And the duty of the ideal husband to give protection to his wife. And if wife in danger, you rescue her from the danger. So Lord Ram has to go to Lanka, fight against Ravan, kill him, rescue. Have to do like that. Otherwise, not easy thing to accept a wife. If you have such strength, if you are prepared, accept a wife. But don't accept. It's not a first vessel. It's child's play. That Lord Ram teaches you. This is Madhyara Purushottam. It's not that he is put into Maya and crying. People cannot understand it. So many examples are there. So, now I'll speak something in Oriya, then English. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had shown his Sarvabhuja form to Sarvabhautacharya. In two hands he holds bow and arrow, is Ram, two hands was float, so he is Krishna. Same time two hands was danda and water pot. Commander, sannyasi. So Lord Chaitanya is Ram, is Krishna. And when Mahaprabhu, after taking of sannyas, came to Purushottam Khetra and stayed here to his sannyas lila, sannyas life, 24 hours, years, so 20 out of 24 years he traveled 6 years in northern India and south India and preached. So while he was traveling in South India, he met many Ram Bhaktas, devotees of Lord Ram. And by his mercy, many Ram Bhaktas, they started chanting Krishna Nam, Krishna Bhajan. Shaisava Vaishnava Mahaprabhu Darsani Krishna Upaskar Krishna. That is the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he converted many Ram Bhaktas, Krishna Bhaktas, and they started chanting name of Krishna. When Mahaprabhu was traveling, going on the road, he was chanting this thing, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Ram Raghav, Pahimam, Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Rakhyavan. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited many tirthas, Gautami Ganga, Mallikarjuna Tirtha, there he saw Ramdas, Shambhu, Shivaji, then Ahobalan Singha, then at Siddhavata he saw the Ram Sita Vigraha, and Siddhavata also he met a Ram Bhakta, the devotee of Ram. He was Vaishnava, he is Brahman. That Brahman Vaishnava invited Mahaprabhu to take food, prasad in his house. And that is a staunch devotee of Lord Ram, and that Brahman Vaishnava, Ram Bhakta, always chanting Ram, 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 Ram. Then Mahaprabhu went, accepted his invitation, went to his house. Mahaprabhu saw his mercy on that Vipra, that Brahman. Then Mahaprabhu went to Skanda Khetra and saw Skanda. Skanda means Kartikeya. Then Mahaprabhu went to Trimatha. There he saw Vaman Vigraha. Then Mahaprabhu went to Siddhavata. Again came back to Siddhavata and he met again that Ramdas, Vipra, that Brahman, devotee of Lord Ram, and came to his house. Now Mahaprabhu saw that Brahman is chanting Krishna Nam. Then Mahaprabhu out of fun asked him, Purpetme nirantara loite Rama Nama ebekene nirantara lo Krishna Nam. Previously I saw you are chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. How is it that now you are chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna? Then that Brahman said, it is your effect of your darshan. And this is the mercy. That my chanting turned, the Ram Nam chanting turned into chanting of Krishna Nam. That is your mercy and this wonderful effect of your darshan. That Vipra said, Toma dekhi Krishna Maila. When I saw you, that the name of Krishna is uttered in my mouth. Say hoite Krishna Nam je hate vasila, Krishna Nam spure, Ram Nam dure gala. From that day, Krishna, my tongue is uttering Krishna Nam. Ram Nam has gone. From my very boyhood, I have studied many shastra and know it. What is Ram, what is Krishna. This he quoted Padma Purana. There it is stated, Ramante Joginanante Satyanande Chidatmani iti Ramapadena asau Param Brahma Vidiyate. That means this Param Brahma, Supreme Brahma, is Chidatma, is transcendental, and the Tattva is transcendental Tattva, the yogis, chanting that Ram, who is Param Brahma, get pleasure. They get pleasure. So, therefore, the Param Brahma Vastu is known as Rama. Ram means that gives pleasure. Again, we quoted Mahabharata Udyog Parva, where it says, Krushi Purvachaka Sabdo Nasa Nibruti Vachaka, Tayor Aikyam Param Brahma, Krishna Itya Vidyate. Krus Dhatu is, meaning is akarshana, attraction, is blissfulness, Paramananda Vachaka, blissfulness, combined together, Krus plus becomes Krishna, that is Param Brahma. Ram is Param Brahma, Krishna is also Param Brahma. So, then we proceed, Param Brahma dui nama samana hoila, puna ar shastra kichu vishesha paila. The two names, Ram and Krishna, Param Brahma, so equal. Again I found something else, more. What is that? Then he quoted this thing, Padma Puran, quoted Padma Puran, where it is said, Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sastra Nama Vistulyam Rama Nama Varanane. This Lord Shiva says to Parvati. Lord Shiva said, oh, my dear Parvati, this Ram is very beautiful name. Ram means, and I find pleasure in chanting this holy name. Ramana means I find pleasure. But, oh my dear Parvati, but one Ram Nam is equal to 1000 name of Vishnu. Do you understand? Again, in both Brahmana Purana, it is said, Sahasranam nam punyanam triravrtyatu jatphalam ekavrityatu krishnasya nami kuntat prayachati. That means, if someone utters this 1000 of Lord Vishnu 3 times, what result you will get? The same result you will get if he utters Krishna Nam once, one Krishna Nam. That means, purport is that if someone utters Ram Nam 3 times, what result you will get? You will get the same result he utters one Krishna Nam. Do you understand? He said, so Krishna is the topmost. Ei vakye Krishna namer mahima par, tathapi loite nari suna hetu taro. That Vipra, that Brahman quoted all these shastras and said. Then he said, the other cause, Ishtadeva Ramatar Nami Sukhapai. Sukhapaya Ram Namaratri. My Ishta, Lord of my heart is Ram. So by chanting his name, I get pleasure. So Ratri, day and night, I chant the name of Ram and get pleasure. But Tomar darsane jabe Krishna naam hoilo, tahar mahimat bebude lage. But when I saw you, O Lord Chaitanya, then from that day it is changed that my tongue is uttering name of Krishna. Say Krishna to me Sakhya, yaha nirdharilo, ete kahi Vipra Prabhupada, and you are that Krishna. I could understand. So saying this thing, he fell flat at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, Mahaprabhu showered his mercy on that Vipra, and from that day, that Vipra Brahmana started chanting Krishna, Krishna instead of Ram, Ram. Then I'll speak something in Riyadh in English. Allah tells me something in English. So, Mahaprabhu, while traveling South India, visited many tirthas. So he came to Kamakoshthipura. From there he went to southward, came to Madura, known as Dakshina Mathura, South Mathura. Recent name is Madura or Madurai. There he met a Ram Bhakta Vipra, a Brahman, Ram Bhakta, Mahaprabhu met, and that Brahman invited Mahaprabhu to take food, prasad in his house. So Mahaprabhu at noon took bath, then came to the house of that Vipra to accept prasad. But Mahaprabhu came and saw that Vipra, that Brahman has not cooked food yet, he has not cooked food. It's afternoon. Mahaprabhu asked, Why have you not cooked food yet? It's afternoon now, 2 p.m. now. Then that Vipra said, Prabhu mora aranya vasati paker samagri bhane namile samprati. Such a ardent devotee of Lord Ram, he said, my Lord, means Ram, is staying in forest now. So, what is available food, vegetable, rice, is not available in the forest. Lakshmana has gone to collect some forest roots, vegetables, flower, leaves. He has not returned it. Lakshmana will return, then Sita Devi will cook food. So there is delay. And that Ram Bhakta Vipra said like this. Mahaprabhu became very happy, pleased to hear it. After that, then that Brahman cooked. At 4 p.m., Mahaprabhu took prasad. It's 4 p.m. already. But that Vipra didn't take prasad, he fasted. He didn't take prasad, he fasted. Then Mahaprabhu asked, why didn't you take food? Prasad, why did you fast? What is? Why are you so much aggrieved? What is the reason? Then that Vipra said, Brahman said, oh, Ravan kidnapped Sita, the wife of my Lord. Dearest Lord, I heard this thing, so I cannot tolerate it. It's better on my part to commit suicide. I'll commit suicide. He said, Vipra kahe jivan mor nahi prayojana, agni jale pravesya chhadibo. I may enter into fire or enter into water and commit suicide. I don't want to keep myself alive. Jagannatha Mahalakshmi Sita Thakurani Rakshas Parsilo. Sita Thakurani, mother of the whole world, the Mahalakshmi. Demons touched her and I heard it. I cannot tolerate it. This is, I get such pain in my heart, but my life is not getting out. What shall I do? Then he said, this is my distress. Then Mahaprabhu told him Siddhanta. This misunderstanding, many have this misunderstanding. And Mahaprabhu told him Siddhanta and consoled him. Ishvara prayasi Sita Chidananda Murti Prakta Indretara Nikidinai Santi. Sita is the wife of the Supreme Lord, who is Chidananda, which is completely transcendental. How it is that one can see her with the material vision? One cannot see her. Sita Devi, even one cannot touch her. What to speak of seeing or to speak of touching? Then Mahaprabhu says, Parsivar Karja Achuk Napai Dorsan Sita Rakuti Maya. Such demon cannot see Sita, cannot touch her. Ravan took Maya Sita. Why are you so angry? Sita Devi is transcendental form, but Ravan took Maya Sita. Ravan asite Sita antodhyan koilo, Ravaner age Maya Sita puthailo. Aprakrita vastu nohe prakrita gocho, Veda Purana tei kohin Mahaprabhu gave this Siddhanta. When Ravan came, Sita disappeared. And Sita, the real original Sita disappeared and sent Maya Sita before Ravan. So Ravan took Maya Sita. Why are you so aggrieved? You understand? With the material vision, nobody can see such central form. What is the question of touching it? Mahaprabhu said, please put faith in my words. Give up your distress. Hearing from Mahaprabhu, he put some faith in the words of Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu said, please take food. Then he took food and gave up his desire, committing suicide. Then Mahaprabhu went southward. He saw Bhubaneswar in Mahendra Parvata. Then Mahaprabhu went to Dhanuskoti Tirtha. Then he went to Rameswar, saw Rameswar, then took rest. At that time, while he was staying in Rameswar, Kurma Puran was read and discussed in the assembly of some Brahmanas, Mahaprabhu had Kurma Puran. It's written there. Patiprata Shiramani Janaka Nandini, Jagater Mata Sita, Ramera Gruhini. Ravana Dikhya Sita, Laila Agni Rasala, Ravana Hita Agni Koila, Sita Gabrana. Sita Devi is a devoted wife, chaste wife, son of, I would say, daughter of Janaka Maharaj, his wife of Lord Ram, his mother of whole world, Sita Devi. When Ravan came, Sita Devi took shelter of Agnidev. Agnidev. So Agnidev covered up real Sita. Maya Sita Ravana Nilo, Sunila Akhyani, Suni Mahaprabhu. And Agnidev gave Maya Sita, illusory Sita to Ravan, and Ravan took the illusory Sita. Mahaprabhu heard and became pleased. Sita Vayara Khilen Parvati Rasthane Maya Sita Dya Agni Manchila Ravani. So Agnidev took Sita, real Sita, and put her with Parvati Devi, in the care of Parvati Devi, and gave Maya Sita to Ravan and cheated Ravan. Agnidev cheated Ravan, giving Maya Sita, illusory Sita to Ravan. Raghunath Asi jabe Ravana marilo, Agni Parikha dite jabe Sita re anilo, tabe Maya Sita Agni kori antagdan, Satya Sita ani dilo Ram. And Ram went to Lanka and killed Ravana, rescued Sita Devi. Then Ram said, enter into the fire and prove your chastity. And Maya Sita entered into the fire. Agnidev took the Maya Sita and delivered the real Sita to Raghunath. You understand? This is mentioned in Kurma Puran. Mahaprabhu became very pleased. Then Mahaprabhu wrote down that verse from Kurma Puran, that Pothi, Pamli Pothi. Then, at that time, Mahaprabhu remembered that Ramdas Vipra. Then Mahaprabhu again came back to that Ramdas Vipra, came back. Then he showed him that verse. In Kurma Puran it is written, Sitaya radhita banhi chaya, Sita maji janat, tang jahara rasagriva Sita vanani purangata, Pariksha samay banhi chaya Sita vivesa saha, banhi Sitang samaniya, tatpurasta dhaninayat. That means, when Ravan came, Sita Devi took shelter of Agnidev, and Agnidev gave a Chaya Sita, illusory Sita, to 10-headed Ravana, and that Ravana kidnapped illusory Sita. Original Sita stayed in Banipura and with the Agnidev. When Mahaprabhu, Ramchandra Mahaprabhu went to Lanka, killed Ravana, rescued Sita, and asked Sita to enter into fire, thereby she will prove herself that she is just. Maya Sita entered into fire, Agnidev took the Maya Sita and delivered the real Sita to Ramchandra. This is the written in Agni, I will say Kurma Puran. When that Vipra, Brahman saw this is authentic, so he became very much pleased. Then he fell flat at the lotus feet of Lord Ram and cried and said, you are that Lord Ram. Vipra kahe tumi sakshat Sri Raghunandana sannyasra visamuridila. You are that Raghunandan, you are that Lord Ram. I see you, directly Lord Ram, and you gave me darsana of mercy in the form of a sannyasi and cleared my doubt. Yes. So this time that Ram Bhakta, that Vipra, again invited Mahaprabhu, prepared nice food, ate him sumptuously. Mahaprabhu was very much pleased, and Mahaprabhu showered his mercy on that Ramdas, Vipra. Then Mahaprabhu went to Tamrapuri. So many people have this misunderstanding. They cannot understand. And how can one understand transcendental leaders of Supreme Personality Godhead? Not easy thing, unless you have accepted a Guru, Vaishnava Guru, and the heart is tattva from him, and mercy of Guru, tattva is revealed to you. You cannot understand. Yes, many people have this They say, though they read Ramayana, see Ramayana, they cannot understand what is this. Yes. It's tattva. Very deep, confidential tattva. This supreme Bhagavad tattva, very deep and confidential tattva. Not easy thing to be understood. And Marjada Purushottama Lord Ram is Marjada Purushottama. I said first, very strictly follows the Vedic regulations, never transgresses. And he has accepted one wife, ekapatni dharma. Never accept more than one wife. And in Ram, two things are there. And one is Ramatva, other is Patitva. What do you say in English? Husbandhood, Patitva, Ramhood. Ram means who gives pleasure, Ramana, that's Ramatva. So, whom does Sita love? Does Sita love Ram or does Sita love Pati, husband? That is our question. This is tattva. Do you understand? If Lord Sita, I'm saying Goddess Sita, loves Pati, husband, then her love is Haituki. Do you understand? Haituki, with reason, with cause. It's not causeless. It's not Haituki. It is Haituki. Because she has this relationship, husband and wife relationship. It's Samandada. Do you understand my language? Samandada is relationship, husband and wife relationship. So this is Haituki love, not a Hetuki, not causeless. If Goddess Sita loves Ram, then that is Hetuki, causeless, nirupadhika, without designation. Do you understand me? This is tattva. Because in nirupadhika prema, that this question of love, nirupadhika, without designation, then it is released, mellow. And in Ram Leela, Lord cannot release this thing. The Lord developed that greed, how to release it. Nirupadhika prema. Therefore, and that greed is not fulfilled during Ram Leela. So next avatar, Krishna Leela, that greed was fulfilled. You understand? When Param Brahma came as Krishna, he accepted many wives, not one wife, many wives. He became Govinda, Vipina Vihari, Kananachari, Rasalampata, Nagarendra. You understand? He manifested Leela in the jungle of Vrindavan, dance with damsels of Brajabhumi, many wives. This Rasalampata Nagarendra is Purna Brahma Krishna, that his greed is fulfilled. That is what was not fulfilled during Ram Leela. And his complete fulfillment is in Gour Leela. In Gour Leela. This is the Seva Paddhati of Aladini Shakti. You understand? Pleasure potency. This is the principles of service of pleasure potency. Seva Paddhati of Aladini Shakti. Je jatha mang prapadyante stang tatheva bhadamyahu. Krishna said this thing in Bhagavad Gita. What do you say in English?
As all surrender unto me.
Je jatha mang prapadyante stang tatheva bhadamyahu. What do you say in English? Yes. One is rewarded according to degree of his surrender, isn't it? That's what you understand. This is general law. Do you understand? General law. And that is also promise of the Lord, Pratigya. So, Hladini Shakti has a law. Do you understand? Has a law. What is that? If Purna Brahma Bhagavan wants something, Hladini Shakti fulfills the desire. If Purna Brahma wants to manifest Leela, and they say, what you say? Parakiya Bhav Leela. Do you understand? Not Sokiya. Do you understand? Then how the Shakti acts in that way? If Param Brahma Bhagavan becomes Patita Pradhan, wants to release Sukya Ras, do you understand me, my language? Sukya, Sukya Ras, then Ladini Shakti becomes Patita Pradhan, Satitya Pradhan. Do you understand? Ladini Shakti becomes devoted wife, Sukya. Do you understand? And gives the opportunity to release that mellow, Sukya Ras. That is Hayatuki. But if Supreme Lord develops this greed, how to release Parakya Bhav, do you understand? Not Sukya, kicks Sukya Bhav, that means kicks of Patito, husbandhood, and wants to manifest Ramatva, then Ladini Shakti becomes part. This Parakya Bhav, do you understand? Assumes Parakya and allows the Supreme Brahma, Param Brahma to release that matter, Parakya Ras. This is Nirupadhi Prema. There is no designation. And in Nirupadhi Prema, the essence of the mellow is released. Highest releasement, not in Upadhika Haituki, Upadhika Prema or Sukya Prema. When Swam Bhagavan Purna Brahma becomes Patita Pradhan, Ladini Shakti becomes Satitya Pradhan. So in Ram Leela is Patita Pradhan, is Marjana Purusada, Ladini Shakti Sita, Sati, just wife, devoted wife. Sukya Rasa Sadhana. In Ram, so the Ram has this is complete, very strictly follows this principle of accepting one wife. Then Ladini Shakti Ajam, and the former Sita Devi Pati Prata Sati, devoted and just wife. And Sati, just wife, Pativrata, that is her glory, always to keep up chastity. Yes. But in Krishna Leela, Purna Brahma, Swam Bhagavan gave up Patitva, husbandhood, and manifested Ramatva, Ramana, pleasure. So Ramatva means always doing Ramana, getting pleasure. Ramana is Niratisa Rasobilas. That means, that is to release the sense of that conjugal mellow, sense of conjugal mellow. So at that time, Swarubhuta Ladini Shakti becomes Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita. It becomes like that. And allows the Supreme Lord to release Nirupadhi Prema Rasa. You understand? Nirja, the essence of Nirupadhi Prema, and gives such pleasure. At that time, there is no question of Sukya Satitva. There is no question of chastity, of Sukya and Patita devoted. This is Tattva. You understand? So, in Braja Leela, Krishna Leela, Ladini Shakti became Gopi Srishta Radha. Radha. And other gopis, they are Sakhis, Gal Kampana, Sakhis, Manjaris, they are like expansions, unlimited expansions. Bahukanta vina rasullas vena. This rasa, this mellow, this sense of this conjugal mellow cannot be released if there are not many wives. You understand? That means Parakyaras, with just. So, Sukyaras Pradhan Leela, the Ram Leela is Sukyaras Pradhan Leela. Therefore, in that Leela, there is Sita Ram, Lakshmi Narayan. Lord is Sita Ram, Lakshmi Narayan. It's Sukyaras Pradhan Leela. But in Parakya, Rasa Pradhan Leela is Radhesya, is Gopinath. You understand? This Ajodhyapati, Vaikuntha Adhipati, Dwarka Adhipati. You understand me? Ajodhyapati, Vaikuntadipati, Dwarkadipati, their Leela is Surkya Raspradhan Leela. But this Vrindavana, Bihari, Nagarendra, this Krishna, that is Parakya Raspradhan Leela. In that Leela, this Aishwarya is covered up with Madhurya. But in this Leela, Ram Leela, Ajodhya Leela, and Ajodhya Leela, and Vaikuntha Leela, and Dwarka, Ajodhyapati, Vaikuntha, so Gyanaspradhan Leela, it is Aishwarya Leela. Here, Madhurya is covered up with Aishwarya. This is Tattva. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.